It is a well-documented fact that middle school sucks. It's really, really true. It's really, really hard. What I didn't realize when I was in it is that it's hard for everyone. The most popular girl in school, it's hard for her too. But I'm not here because I was popular. Actually, I really wasn't. And I'm going to talk about why that's not such a bad thing. What I remember about this age is an overwhelming sense of like, everyone has it together except me. And I have no idea what I'm doing or saying at any time, ever. I think the best way I can summarize my middle school experience is the feeling you get when you tell a joke and nobody laughs, but every day for years. Has anybody else felt that way? All right, that's so. I was awkward, and I spent a lot of time trying to do exactly what my friends were doing. But I wasn't very good at anything. There's all this pressure to be amazing at like 6 different extracurriculars to succeed in life. Which isn't true, by the way. But everyone was doing it. All my friends were busy being amazing athletes while I made daisy crowns in the outfield during gym. So no, I wasn't very good at anything. And it made me an outsider. It was like everyone was in this club except for me. The one thing I was positive I could do, I was destined to do, was be an actress. I used to write plays for my friends and I to perform for our parents. Weirdly, I always got the lead part. But this thing would happen whenever I auditioned for a real play. I would get in the room, and all of a sudden, I would forget all my lines and start crying. Every time. Public speaking is still hard for me. But despite this, I really, really believed I could be an actress. I just remember thinking, if not this, then what? So in my 8th grade year, when they announced that the play was going to be Annie, I thought, this is my time to shine. I was born for this. I prepared for weeks. I knew all the lines, I knew some of the songs. I was set. On the big day, when they called my name, the first pang hit. This tightness in my stomach. Maybe I wasn't set. I stepped in front of the teachers and, just like that, it didn't matter how much I prepared. In that moment, with people suddenly judging me, I had to focus all of my energy on keeping my knees straight, just so I wouldn't fall over. And then the tears. Who could forget the tears? So, it turns out that you need more than just red hair to play Annie. And I didn't get the part. I was devastated. In fact, it was the end of my acting career. So, if not this, then what? I sulked at school, I sulked at home. I couldn't stop thinking that there was no club left for me to join. One night, I was sulking at dinner, and my parents said to me, "Why don't you film the play?" Huh. At home, we had a movie camera. At first, it was used just for home videos, and then it became something I recorded my own plays with, so it was a logical jump. Maybe I wasn't cast in Annie, but I really wanted to be involved. So I took it further. I filmed one rehearsal and then another, and I got to hang out. I had a reason to be there. And in middle school, that feeling of acceptance is more than enough. But then something clicked, and I started to see a story in the way the play is put together. I was curious. So I did interviews with the cast, and by the end, I had made my first documentary. In the process, I learned how to make a movie. But more important, I learned that I loved it. What I discovered was, I didn't really want to be an actress. What I wanted to do was tell stories. Until then, I just didn't know how many ways there were to do it. The rejection from the school play forced me to think outside of the box. It forced me to find a new way, for me, a better way, to share my voice. I didn't have a thing in school. So I made my own thing. This is going to happen to you a lot in life. No school anywhere can cater to every single student. Einstein once said, everyone is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. If you're anything like me, you're going to spend a lot of time wondering what you're good at before it clicks. And it could be anything, and it could click at any time. It could be juggling, or coding, or making the best cupcakes in North America. Whatever it is, if your path isn't clear, then you're going to have to make your own. This is not a new idea. This is what innovators do. This is what artists do. Once I got to high school, I learned there were classes for filmmaking, and beyond that, there were whole colleges for it. And now, it's what I do every day, and I'm still learning. They say that as an adult, you have two families, the one you're born with and the one that you choose. By following what I loved and not what my friends were doing, I found that second family. There is a camaraderie that comes with team sports or working on a play that I didn't get until college. It wasn't that people were mean, although sometimes they were, but mostly it was just a difference of interests. Once I got to New York, I started meeting people who loved the things that I loved. It can take hundreds of people to make a film. All these humans coming together to make one piece of art, I would call that a team sport. That's a long way from not getting into the 8th grade play. But don't be mistaken. I'm not saying that once you find your talent, life will be easy. Because the truth of it is that life will always be hard, no matter how successful you are. What I'm telling you is this. Life will be hard if you follow your heart, and it will be hard if you don't. What kind of hard? That's up to you. There will always be challenges, and there will always be rejection. But it's up to you to decide how rewarding those challenges are and what to do with that rejection. A few months ago, I had my whole heart set on this writing fellowship for my favorite publication. I worked for weeks perfecting the application. This fellowship was ideal for me, and as far as I was concerned, I was ideal for it. But they didn't think so. Use your rejection. Since finding my passion, I've been rejected over 100 times, and I am only just getting started. Every time someone tells me I'm no good, and I'm serious, it happens all the time. It hurts just as much as the first time. But now, I know what I want to do. I have a thing. So now, when I'm rejected, instead of, maybe you're right, I get to think thoughts like, no, you're wrong, and I'll show you. Not a lot of people will tell you that rejection is good. In fact, you're going to get a lot of advice on playing it safe. When you're young, sure, be anything you want to be. But the older you get, the less risk everyone is going to want you to take. But I'm telling you to question everything. Once you get out of school, no one can make the rules but you. So you have to set your own standards, and you have to exceed them. Weirdos, this is for you. Outsiders, this is for you. If you feel different or upside down in any way, no one can pave your path but you. And because of that, because of you being different from them, people are going to tell you that you're no good. Don't believe it. Take all that rejection and turn it into a positive, creative force. It will propel you. I like to see the life I'm building as a birthday party, where I get any cake I want, I get to wear anything I want, and I get to decide who comes. So imagine if you could have any guests in the world, if you could pick any cake in the world, what would you choose?